Now.
Good evening, I'm Justin Betty. While COVID-19 remains a political hot topic in Washington, the Wisconsin state legislature has not passed any COVID-19 legislation or anything else for that matter in 264 days. They've been in planned recess for most of that time. However, today Assembly Speaker Robin Vos addressed the Assembly Health Committee on Assembly Bill 1, a COVID-19 bill. Newswatch 12's Cooper Henkel tells us what's in it.
For now, we have removed them in a good faith effort to compromise with Governor Evers in order to get a bill to his desk that he will sign.
Wisconsin Assembly Bill 1 adapted most of the compromise plan put out late last year.
I'm especially disappointed that yesterday Republicans decided to move forward with their own legislation instead of the compromise bill we worked on together.
Among the more contentious COVID relief provisions, liability protection for businesses.
Because the COVID-19 crisis is a global pandemic and not caused or spread by any one type of business or employee, Wisconsin should enact liability protections for businesses, schools, and other groups.
Wisconsin's law would go as far as to retroactively protect those who knowingly refused to comply with public health orders. Proponents acknowledge there have been no lawsuits of a frivolous nature, or actually any at all.
I would agree with you that I think that the restaurants, maybe they're not in that much trouble from a liability standpoint.
Heath Straka of the Wisconsin Association for Justice says blanket protections like this allow for abuse.
In normal times, our association is steadfastly against immunity provisions in bills. We believe strongly that big government should not pick winners and losers when it comes to legal disputes. That's what the jury system is for.
The provisions reflect a strong concern for business owners, but legal experts warn it could empower bad actors rather than protecting good ones.
As currently proposed, this legislation will actually discourage citizens and businesses from taking basic safety precautions. It protects those bad actors that we keep hearing people testify about and puts their employees and customers in danger.
That's Cooper Henkel reporting. Meanwhile, Governor Evers and the state health department held a news briefing today to address the COVID-19 pandemic and the vaccine rollout in Wisconsin, saying so far about 85,000 doses have been administered across the state, though many healthcare workers are upset they have not received theirs. DHS Secretary-designee Andrea Palm says there simply aren't enough vaccines yet for everyone in the high-risk groups to get one.
There is not enough vaccine for everybody in the 1A population now. And so, again, it is really good that there is demand, and we will work through the 1A folks, those healthcare workers.
Because the COVID-19 vaccine requires 2 doses, the federal government requires the state to essentially sit on their supply to make sure they have enough for that second dose.
It is a requirement of this program. The feds have us put them essentially in a bank, in a reserve, so that we are able to have enough sort of down payment to trigger the program and get it started.
DHS officials are just asking for everyone to have patience as they roll out the vaccines. The number of new COVID-19 cases in Wisconsin now back on the rise after bottoming out around Christmas. The State Department of Health Services reports there were about 3,400 new confirmed cases today, raising the daily average for the week to about 2,400. The number of new deaths in the state had been dropping even over the last week. DHS, though, reports 95 new deaths today, raising the daily average for the week slightly. In our 12-county north central Wisconsin region, DHS reports 96 people in the hospital with COVID-19, 26 of those in the ICU. Both those numbers about where we have been for the last week. Outside, Jeff, looks like fog is the theme again.
Yep, we're hanging out in the clouds again as dense fog has rolled back into pretty much the entire area. Here we are in Plover. I-39 is right over there. There's a car. So if you're driving tonight or tomorrow, expect scenes like this. Put your low beams on. You'll be just fine tonight and tomorrow. All right, here are the advisories for fog tonight and tomorrow morning through about 9 o'clock tomorrow. So you get the idea. Pretty much the entire state has fog this evening into tomorrow morning. And then will be a bit warmer tomorrow as well. After we did this today, 34 was our high in Rhinelander, above freezing today. 28 for Antigo, 33 Opaka. So this is well above our averages of 22 this time of year. But right now, that's not where we're at. We're at 20 in Rhinelander, 16 in Tomahawk. So where there are some clear skies just to the west of us, that's where they have the coldest temperatures right now. Your forecast time for tonight, though, is partly cloudy skies with dense fog out there and low temperatures down near 15. Your full forecast is coming up. Justin?
Thanks, Jeff. USA Hockey has announced the 2021 Labatt Blue Pond Hockey National Championships held in Eagle River are now canceled. They were originally scheduled to start February 4th. All teams will receive a full refund and have the chance to secure a spot next year. That event now scheduled for February 10th through 13th of 2022. The lack of snow not only affecting snowmobile trails across northern Wisconsin, but now also another sport that utilizes man's best friend. Newswatch 12's Zach White has the story from Vilas County.
This year we have had a little bit of a lack of snow,
which junior dog musher Ellen Reese said gave them a bit of a late start to her season.
That has affected us pretty greatly. Our trails at home are pretty bumpy, so we need more snow just to kind of make it more flat.
Trails that affect getting on the sleds.
We are able to get out on sleds a little bit, but not as much as we typically are.
But Reese says when it comes to training, there are alternatives like using ATVs.
Even this lack of snow isn't completely affecting our training.
Even with a race or two being canceled. Owner of the Top of the Hill Huskies, Diane Galliano, saw some good this year after launching their mushing ride business.
So we started this winter for the first time as an LLC,
which also had to change course due to the lack of snowfall.
So we've been having to go to a backup trail, but it still works.
Reporting in Phelps, Zach White, Newswatch 12.
In other news, no criminal charges will be filed against the police officer accused of shooting Jacob Blake in Kenosha this summer. The shooting led to several days of protest, several nights of violent protest or destruction in the city. Blake was shot 7 times in the back while police responded to a domestic call. Blake survived, though he is paralyzed from the waist down. Again today, the Kenosha County District Attorney announcing Rustin Shesky, the police officer, will not face charges. For fear of violent protest tonight, city and state leaders have mobilized the National Guard. The city's mayor and police chief have said they are taking steps to protect businesses and residents. There are some protests tonight, though very little violence as of yet. In other news, the Rhinelander community has gotten an improvement to their health care options with the expansion now complete at Aspirus Rhinelander Clinic. The clinic was expanded by an additional 22,000 square feet, plus additional outpatient services and exam rooms.
Well, it's part of our whole Northeast strategy, which we've been working on now for 3 or 4 years. The purpose of the medical office expansion here in Rhinelander was really to provide more exam room space for our medical specialists that come out of Wausau.
The $11 million expansion hoping to reduce patient wait times as well and make it just a bit more convenient for patients there. Meanwhile, Marshfield Clinic Health System now has its own ambulance service serving residents in the greater Minocqua and Park Falls areas. The ambulances are licensed as a critical care transport ambulance and are staffed 24/7 with critical care level paramedics and nurses. Hospital officials say the interfacility transport service can handle patients of all ages and everything from major trauma to critical illness. It's the end of an era in Rhinelander, Wausau, and many other cities across the country as one of the last big video rental stores announces it is going out of business. We'll hear from a manager at Family Video about that decision. But first, Jeff's in the weather cave putting the finishing touches on his forecast. We'll bring that to you right after the break.
When you call a company other than Maher Water Corporation to service your water treatment system, do you really know what or who you are getting? Many companies just measure you up to do a bang-up job, then charge hundreds of dollars and have you sign service contracts. Maher's technicians are trained to not only service our own water care equipment, but most others as well.
So if you don't want just any service tech servicing your water equipment, call us at Maher's today.
At Lakeside Living Design, we've always got something stylish in store for you. Whether you're looking for high-quality custom upholstery, decorative accessories and gifts, or are designing your space entirely from scratch, you'll have a friendly designer by your side sharing their expertise, helping you bring your unique style to life. So stop by, explore our showroom, and together we'll make your space feel just like home.
What if you could push a button and lower your mortgage payment hundreds of dollars? You can. The button's on your phone. Call Zoom Refi. Slash your mortgage payments. Take cash out. Zoom Refi mortgage rates are super low. Closing costs are super low. And Zoom, we approve you right over the phone. No big mortgage payments. No high closing costs. No income check loans available. So no reason not to call Zoom Refi. 888-272-8630. Mortgage rates have dropped 25%. Maybe you should drop everything and call Zoom Refi. Slash your mortgage payments, take cash out, and save maybe hundreds of dollars every month. Zoom Refi mortgage rates are super low. Closing costs are super low. And Zoom, we approve you right over the phone, even for no income check loans. Big drop in mortgage rates. Big opportunity for you to save money. Call Zoom Refi today. 888-272-8630.
There you are. Welcome back, my friends. Well, tomorrow morning is going to be looking like this a little bit. A fog out there now will last about 9 o'clock tomorrow. It'll be slow to lift, too, so get ready for our foggy night tonight and daytime hours tomorrow. All right, so advisories are posted. A dense fog advisory. You know what to do. We've been here before. It's like deja vu, right? 5 days in a row. Just take it easy out there. The dense fog is there currently, and visibility is down across the region right now. After a very nice day today, lots of sunshine. There's some clouds early, followed by temperatures back up into the low, even some mid-30s out there today. But then the fog rolled in for most of us, and we are in the fog out there right now. Current temperatures are all over the place right now. 12 in Merrill, 17 for Wausau, 21 Mosinee. Meanwhile, further north, we're in the 20s, even a couple low 30s in here is basically the clear skies versus the foggy areas. Big difference in temperatures out there right now. The average is still 22. The average low is 4. The record low being 29 below back in 1972. And look at the sunset at 4:29 in the afternoon. All right, so going ahead, pretty much hanging out near 30 through the weekend into the next week. There are still some signs we could see a turn in the forecast later on next week, but still, until then, that's at least 8-9 days away. We are going to be well above average. Looking outside right now here in Plover, yeah, lots of fog, right? Lots of snow too, although we could use some more snow. So far on the ground right now as of today in Rhinelander, we have 4 inches. Last year today, we had 13. 2 years ago, we had 6, and then 7 before that. So, you know, we're a bit behind the previous years. Many of you would like to have this, but there's just no snow in our forecast anytime soon. Lots of clear skies across the state today, but to the west of us, look ominous, right? But it's not. This is going to dive to our south tomorrow and largely miss us, except for a couple areas of cloud cover. And then a very active pattern right now, but we're going to shift a few things around. So the storm track is shifted north once again to Alaska, bringing them some monster storms up there right now. But this could, later on next week, dislodge lots of cold air hanging out right through here, send it down our direction and bring a few systems in here as well. That could give us some snow later on next week. But until then, probably 7-8 days now of no snow for you. All right, tonight, though, mostly cloudy skies, some dense fog out there now, lows down near 15 with a calm wind already out there. For tomorrow, it's Wednesday, partly cloudy, early morning fog, of course. High temperatures reaching for 30. We'll probably do it in a few spots with an east breeze around 5. And then looking ahead, your 7-day forecast by Northwoods Furniture and Mattress shows a lack of precipitation with some sunshine and high temperatures near 30. Justin?
All right, thanks, Jeff. If you lived through the 90s, you probably remember going to a video rental store to rent movies or games, but times have changed. And today, Rhinelander and many other cities found out their last video rental store is closing. Newswatch 12's Morgan Johnson has more.
Once these shelves at Family Video in Rhinelander are empty, the store will officially close. Jordan Strand has worked at Family Video for over 5 years. And after hearing the sad news yesterday, Strand was informed that it will be her last year.
It's sad. I mean, I've worked here a long time, so it's depressing to see it go.
But Strand says the people it will hurt the most are the ones who are in the store daily.
They might have to change to streaming if they are available for their internet. Lots of places out here can't get good streaming internet. I guess there's Redbox if you're desperate.
Desperate is one thing Strand might be in the coming months when she has to find a new job. But before that, Strand has to focus on getting everything out. Family Video announced it will close all of its remaining stores, but they will stay open until all the inventory is gone.
First, we're going to be priced at what we are now, and then eventually it'll be liquidating further down as we get less stock in. Sometimes bulk buyers will come in and buy out the remaining videos at the end of store closures.
Well, it's a busy night on the high school hardwood. We'll have highlights from a couple big GNC matchups in just a few minutes. Plus, we'll hear from Aaron Rodgers on his historic season so far. That's after the break.
The forecast calls for a messy commute. The Ford lineup helps keep you in command. Intelligent four-wheel drive monitors traction, and a terrain management system adapts to road conditions at the turn of a knob, so you're ready to take on the elements with confidence. Power through the storm in a new Ford Explorer, now with 0% financing for 72 months, plus $4,250 bonus cash. See your Wisconsin dealer today.
On December 7, 2005, I was deployed to Baghdad, Iraq. As I was searching for the bomb, the bad guy and the bomb found me first. After the explosion, I was left with a 1% chance of living from the injuries I sustained. During my road to recovery, it was a challenge, mostly trying to figure out what life would be like with my new physical injuries. But throughout that road to recovery, I had a tremendous amount of support from friends and families and the Coalition to Salute America's Heroes. The primary mission of the Coalition to Salute America's Heroes is to offer financial emergency assistance to veterans and their families. In most cases, there is a loved one back at home who has to drop everything they're doing to be at that veteran's bedside. And of course, there are huge financial burdens that come along with that. After veterans come through the Coalition's program, they are ready to be back into society, ready to go back to work, and ready to be a leader in their own community.
Visit saluteheroes.org to learn more.
I've been driving a truck for 40 years now. If people knew what I know, lives could be saved. Like the trucks can't stop quickly. It takes my 80,000-pound truck 200 yards to come to a complete stop. So I always do my best to give a lot of cushion. It helps when other drivers realize that and do the same. Please give trucks the space we need so we can all stay safe. It's our roads. It's our safety.
Coming up on a Wednesday, we're going to get a visit from Dairy Farmers of Wisconsin to get a recipe for some chocolate Parmesan clusters.
Now, weather week remains boring with partly to mostly cloudy skies expected. More when you tune in coming up on your Wednesday.
Sports Watch 12 starts now.
Lakeland Union versus Rhinelander. Two schools separated by only 27 miles. The boys weren't able to take on each other in the fall when it comes to football. The game was canceled due to COVID. But tonight, the boys were able to finally go at it head-to-head. A lot of football players from that Rhinelander football team is on the basketball team, so this game meant a little bit more. Second half, Lakeland down 6, but Nolan St. Germain, he's going to drive, goes high off the glass, gets it to fall, Thunderbirds down 4. But Hodags would respond. Travis Town hands it off to Ross Skeen, sinks the mid-range jumper, it's good. Rhinelander up 6. This is going to help Lakeland, though, a lot. A three-pointer and the foul for Will Fortier. You don't see that very often, but Rhinelander is just too much for them. Hodags looking inside here. They're going to find Town. He hits the layup and the foul. Rhinelander wins 55-47. Staying in the GNC, Northland Pines hosting Medford. Eagles gave the Raiders everything they had in this one. They get off to a great start here, forced a turnover, and then Colby Cruz, you got to make it if you're going to do this in transition. Three-pointers good, then Pines is up 3. Medford trying to cut into the lead, though. Big man Brady Humph in the post gets it to fall. Raiders are down 1 still, though. But Medford, they're just killing it in transition. Just kidding, this is Medford. Logan Baumgartner with the foul and the layup. It's good. They're still down 2, though. Pines up 4 now. Let's make it 6. Ryan Munch with the tough layup. He gets it to fall. Eagles were up when I left, but Medford avoids the upset. Raiders win by 5. Now for some more scores from around the area. Merrill hosting Wisconsin Rapids. The Blue Jays won a close one at home, 50-44. And in Phillips, the Loggers hosting the Assumption Royals in conference play. Phillips wins big there, 75-49. Now moving to the girls' side, Elko hosting Crandon. We're going to go to the first half here. Some good ball movement from the Cardinals. Going to lead to a corner 3. That's no good, but Maddie Stamper's got it. She's got the offensive board, puts it in for 2. Crandon up 2. But hey, don't stop shooting. This corner 3 from Mara Stamper is good. The Cardinal lead is just growing and growing. Crandon was deadly from behind the arc. This time, Ava Neat sinks this one. They're up 10. And then later, it's Mara Stamper again, but this time she's in transition. She's going to take it coast to coast, goes all the way, makes the layup and the foul. Crandon wins big, 73-28. Final look at home, some teams on the girls' side. Red Robins of Antigo hosting the Tomahawk Hatchets. Antigo comes away with the win, 57-26. And then we saw the highlights from the Hodags and Thunderbirds earlier, but on the boys' side, the girls played also, but this time Lakeland Union comes away with the win, 52-46. Right now, it's a waiting game. That's all the Green Bay Packers can do this weekend as they wait to see who they play in the divisional round. They're waiting because they obviously earned the number 1 seed in the NFC, and that wouldn't have been possible without the play of quarterback Aaron Rodgers. Rodgers had one of the best regular seasons in his Hall of Fame career. He broke his own franchise record, throwing for 48 touchdowns on the year. He only threw 5 interceptions, which was tied for the fewest in the NFL, and he led the league in QBR with 84.4 according to ESPN. Oh, and by the way, he passed 50,000 career passing yards this season. An incredible year for him that many believe will end up him winning MVP, something his teammates think is already in the bag.
MVP should be locked up. There's nothing else to really talk about. You look at what we've done and what he's been able to do. Yeah, it's pretty clear. It's pretty clear to me who the MVP of the season is, and it's going to be a person who, he's won a couple of them before.
Rodgers has won the MVP of the league in 2011 and 2014. The NFL hasn't announced when they will give out the MVP award. Usually it takes place during the NFL honors. The awards are usually given out the day before the Super Bowl. And that is all I have in sports. Back to Justin.
All right, thanks, Griffin. Tomorrow is a big day in Washington as Congress looks to certify the Electoral College results. After the break, we'll have the latest on the situation there and a glimpse of a couple big races in Georgia tonight. That's next.
Are you worried about going away to college this fall? What if you could get the same college experience closer to home? From the moment you step onto our campus to begin your bachelor's degree, we'll be there for you, supporting your dreams and saving you money. With NTC's new liberal arts transfer degree, you can start here and go anywhere, including a guaranteed transfer to UW-Madison. North Central Technical College. We're ready when you are.
Do you have a drawer full of knives but nothing sharp? Stop crushing your food instead of cutting it. What a mess. And don't use fixed edge sharpeners that grind down and destroy your knives. Introducing the Bavarian Edge, the innovative knife sharpener with independent spring action arms that will make your old blades razor sharp in seconds. If you want the sharpest knives possible, you need the Bavarian Edge. Look, it's so different because it has 2 independent spring action sharpeners made of ultra hard tungsten carbide that flex and contour to any blade or angle for the perfect razor-sharp edge in an instant. And only Bavarian Edge can sharpen serrated knives. Watch, we dulled this serrated knife on a cinder block. And with just a few passes through the tungsten carbide sharpeners on the Bavarian Edge, it's as sharp as a razor, even cutting through a leather shoe without effort. Your old knives will fillet, cut, chop, slice, and dice just like the day you got them with the Bavarian Edge. This frozen steak is rock hard, and a butter spreader isn't for cutting. But after just a few passes through the Bavarian Edge, it's so sharp it cuts right through this frozen steak like a hot knife through butter. Bavarian Edge sharpens anything. We took this credit card and tried to cut this tomato. It just won't work. Simply pull the card through the Bavarian Edge a few times, and now it's sharp as a razor. It cuts this tomato with ease. Other knife sharpeners can cost over $150. Call now and get the Bavarian Edge knife sharpener for just $19.99. Now you can double the offer. Just pay a separate fee. And Bavarian Edge comes with our lifetime money-back guarantee. If it ever wears or breaks, you'll get your money back. There's more. We'll ship it to you free. That's right, free shipping. Get your Bavarian Edge and free shipping for $19.99. Click or call right now.
Call 1-800-913-6698. That's 1-800-913-6698. Or visit BavarianEdge.com. So call 1-800-913-6698. Order now.
The nation's political balance rides on Georgia tonight as votes are being counted right now in 2 Senate runoff races. Republicans come into tonight in Congress with a 50-48 advantage in the Senate. These 2 races could either stretch their lead to 52-48 or make it a 50-50 split. In fact, as it stands right now, some very close races. One of the Republicans, David Perdue, leads by a few thousand votes over Jon Ossoff. And in the other race, the Democrat, Raphael Warnock, has now taken the lead over his opponent. So very close. Where the vote is outstanding, we believe to be mostly regions that voted for Democrats in November. So most analysts, including New York Times, their needle give the Democrats a little bit of an advantage right now as things stand, though that could change. In Washington, meanwhile, one day before Congress is set to certify the Electoral College results for the presidential election, protesters gather to show their support for President Trump. Alice Barr has the latest.
On the streets of the nation's capital today, signs of a brewing storm.
I came out here to support Donald Trump.
Pro-Trump demonstrators rallying as Congress prepares to meet tomorrow to certify President-elect Joe Biden's Electoral College victory. The protests fueled by the same misinformation President Trump pushed overnight while campaigning for the Republicans in Georgia's Senate runoffs.
They're not taking this White House. We're going to fight like hell, I'll tell you right now.
The president putting pressure on Vice President Mike Pence, who's set to preside over tomorrow's certification, urging him to intervene and help deliver a second term.
Of course, if he doesn't come through, I won't like him quite as much.
The president tweeting today, quote, "The vice president has the power to reject fraudulently chosen electors." Constitutional experts say that's not true and that Pence cannot change the outcome. The vice president, who was seen entering the White House today, told voters this while campaigning in Georgia.
And I want to assure you, I share the concerns of millions of Americans about voting irregularities. And I promise you, come this Wednesday, we'll have our day in Congress.
At least 13 GOP senators and more than 100 House Republicans plan to reject Biden's Electoral College win. That will slow down the process, but almost certainly won't change the results because enough Republicans have said they will vote to certify Biden's victory.
That's Alice Barr reporting. And just in the New York Times and others reporting, VP Mike Pence has told President Trump that he does not have the power to overturn the Electoral College, though President Trump tweeted tonight denying that Pence told him that. We'll see how everything turns out tomorrow. And we'll be right back with a final look at your forecast after the break.
Play your way. Dine your way. Stay your way. Ho-Chunk Gaming Wittenberg. Win your way.
My name's Arthur, Merrill, Wisconsin. In August of 2019, I started getting numbness in my feet. By July of 2020, my feet were so numb, I lost a sense of balance. I thought I was walking on stilts. I seen this ad for spinal aid. I took 20 treatments from them, and by then my feet were 90% better and no longer felt as I was walking on stilts.
Are you experiencing weakness, numbness, and/or pain in your feet or hands? These sensations might even be affecting other areas of your body along with your balance. You might have already been diagnosed with peripheral neuropathy and are taking drugs such as Lyrica, gabapentin, or Cymbalta that never seems to help. Neuropathy pain ultimately diminishes your quality of life. Call Spinal Aid of Wausau today to see if our treatment methods are right for you. Call 715-203-1508 to schedule your neuropathy severity consultation or visit us at spinalaid.com.
Do you have a drawer full of knives but nothing sharp? Introducing the Bavarian Edge, the innovative knife sharpener with independent spring action arms that will make your old blades razor sharp in seconds. Look, it's so different because it has 2 independent spring action sharpeners made of ultra hard tungsten carbide that flex and contour to any blade or angle. It can even sharpen serrated knives. This frozen steak is rock hard, and a butter spreader isn't for cutting. But after just a few passes through the Bavarian Edge, it's so sharp it cuts right through this frozen steak like a hot knife through butter. Bavarian Edge can even sharpen a credit card. It cuts this tomato with ease. Call now and get the Bavarian Edge knife sharpener for just $19.99. Now you can double the offer. Just pay a separate fee. There's more. We'll ship it to you free. Click or call right now.
Call 1-800-851-3036. That's 1-800-851-3036. Call or visit BavarianEdge.com. Order now.
Hi, I'm Justin with Miracle-Ear of Wausau. If you're struggling to hear your favorite news or entertainment shows, stop in and see me for a free hearing test.
It may seem like a bit of an odd couple, but former Wisconsin governor and current UW system president Tommy Thompson is teaming up with Wisconsin comedian Charlie Berens to help smash COVID-19, urging residents to get tested and continue stopping the spread. In this YouTube video released today, the former Republican governor challenged the Manitowoc Minute comedian to a smash-off in his Smash COVID video. Thompson saying Wisconsin residents should consider getting tested now that the holidays are over. You can find this video on YouTube by searching Smash COVID Tommy versus Charlie. I think we should do this, Jeff.
That's like the Martha Stewart Snoop Dogg pairing.
That's an unusual pairing.
It's different, right?
Yeah.
All right, we are stuck in the fog out there right now in Plover. Lots of fog around the area, and it's going to stay this way through tomorrow morning, most likely through 9, 10 o'clock or so. Heaviest fog across central Wisconsin right now. Visibility at 0 in Medford. Take it easy. Get your low beams on out there tonight. Advisories are posted through about 9 o'clock tomorrow morning, and then we'll have a nice day in store for us tomorrow once again with temperatures back up near 30 and no precipitation out of the next 7 days or so.
A surprisingly uneventful forecast for the Northwoods in January.
Not normal.
Thanks, Jeff. Thank you for joining us on Newswatch 12 at 10. The Tonight Show starring Jimmy Fallon is next. Have a great night.